if you call black people African American, you have to call white people European American.
That's another thing too. Why we don't? That's why we trying to figure out like too. How come you guys don't call Caucasian people like Anglo-Saxon American? You know, like
every other race is
man.
Asian American, Mexican American,
right,
African. But when it comes to white people, they never say German American, French American.
So what do you guys prefer then?
I'm white.
Black.
When I was changing cards, what were you asking him about African American?
I mean, first of all, I was saying that someone that I met in the past, like he educated me that I shouldn't call you guys like African American.
What do you mean by you guys?
Hey, when it comes to this topic, I cannot really sense your sarcasm or at all. So, because I was going off of like what the textbook was basically what the textbooks educated me. And then he was not the only one. Like per them, like, well, I'm not from Africa, so don't call me African American.
But not just that, man. There's a lot of Africans here, man, who get upset when I don't know. Some of them get very upset when you hear you calling a black dude African American. And like, I'm from Africa. This guy's not from Africa. He's from America. Oh. And then they get, because it's another thing too, man. Black folks, we get hated around the world from everybody, even our own folks, man. So black folks not liked anywhere, man. They hate it everywhere. So even the Africans, man, they come over here to America, they hate black folks, man. They say that we lazy, you know? They say that we don't take advantage of everything that we have here. They say we try to rely on government too much. So we get hated on by everybody, man. So that's why a lot of Africans, they don't like hearing other black folks being called African American.
Because they don't want to be related to you.
Right. They feel like they're better than us too.
Wow.
You know? So it's just like, what? It's like, what? Come on, man. I guarantee that same African who come over here, get citizenship, who get known as African American, they get the same kind of discrimination as I got.
Right.
You know? I guarantee. Right. So I understand why then they want to call themselves, get part of our community when they do get discriminated against. And like, oh, now all of a sudden you're part of the community now. You know, that's how it's like, come on, man.
Right. You should,
right. It's like you should have joined the community from the very beginning.
Yeah.
You know, but hey.
And also, if you call black people African American, you have to call white people European American.
That's another thing too. Why we don't? That's why we trying to figure out like too. How come you guys don't call Caucasian people like Anglo-Saxon American? You know, like
every other race is
man.
Asian American, Mexican American, African. But when it comes to white people, they never say German American, French American.
So what do you guys prefer then?
I'm white.
Black.
It's pretty simple.
Synchronicity.
Well, okay,
right
I call them Caucasian. You know?
Really?
Yeah.
See, because that's like the Caucasus Mountains of Russia.
In my mind, that's what I think. That's where they came from.
I never been. Well,
so I don't think they're like the same color as this thing right here. That's in my mind. I was like,
yeah.
And then some people say, I'm not the same color as that shirt.
Yeah. Well, then it also, like, if you start calling Asian people yellow,
right,
that becomes problematic in itself.
I don't like people to call me Asian.
Yeah. Because you're Japanese.
I'm Japanese.
Yeah.
You know, like there's so many countries in Asian region.
So how do you feel when someone asks you, what kind of Asian are you, man?
I just call it like Japanese. Oh, that's like my biggest resistance to that, like Asian American, is that when I go to Starbucks, I still use my real name.
They can't even pronounce it.
They can't pronounce it.
They're like, Tao what?
That worst one that I got is like Tanya. Don't you see I'm with God?
Wow.
Yeah, they can't pronounce it. They can't write it. I don't care. That's my name. I gotta say it. That's their fault that like they're not really trained enough to listen to me.
Yeah.
When you guys say my name, the pronunciation is like Japanese. I can tell, like, and I really appreciate that.
Oh, really?
It just means a lot.
Yeah, I could see that. I don't say African American because I've never heard a black person tell me that they have a problem with the word black.
Oh.
Like, I feel like a lot of white people self-correct based on what other white people say. You know what I mean? Like, oh, we're all saying African American now. And so all other white people are like, oh, okay. I want to be a good guy and I want to say the right word. But when I listen to my black friends, they've never said, hey, can you not call me black? You know what I mean? I've never heard that. So if they're okay with it, then I feel like it should be okay to say.
To me, I feel like there's power in saying that.
Power.
Yeah.
Like how so?
Like black is beautiful type of thing, you know?
This is one of the things that I've been struggling for a while, which is that like I want to call myself Japanese American at this point.
Okay.
The reason why I want to call myself Japanese American is because like I'm proud of myself that I was able to acculturate myself into this culture enough. But I feel like the American side of me is existing in me, and yet, again, I kind of talk about this like last time. I think like it's pretty difficult for me to be understood about this. So that's why I was kind of wondering like where it's coming from. And then when you say like power, that's really interesting.
Well, he's talking about like you have a Japanese passport, so done deal. You're Japanese. What's your passport say? That's what you are.
So right.
Yeah, and I lived in Japan for a long time. I speak Japanese. I'm not gonna call myself American Japanese
Why is that?
because my passport says American.
Because I met this girl, black girl, like in Shibuya, and then like she couldn't speak English.
She's probably from Japan then.
Right?
Yeah, so she's Japanese.
But what if she has like an American nationality too? So would you not consider her as like American as well?
No,
But
because she's Japanese.
well, you're saying she has a U.S. passport, but she only lives in Japan and only speaks Japanese,
Right.
and her ethnicity was black.
Right.
Well, okay. If she grew up in Japan, that means she might still have a Japanese passport and
Right.
American passport.
That's hard, man.
Right, but she's
Well,
still,
that's the thing. Like I feel like that girl.
oh, she's definitely Japanese.
Well,
then,
because
man.
I saw a white dude who was born and raised in China, and he only speaks Chinese.
Oh, he's Chinese.
You would have to call her Japanese, and you would have to call that white guy Chinese.
But what if she feels like she's American as well?
No, but she didn't grow up here, man.
Well, that's the thing. But then just like that, like I feel like I'm American enough.
But you speak English. She doesn't speak no English.
Well, again, like for some other reason, like there's
the
a
way
bunch
she
of
looks.
factors that we
Yeah.
can think of, like that
Ethnicity.
right. That like she doesn't, because as you can tell, like it's so hard to find black people in Japan, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like she doesn't, what if she doesn't feel belong to Japan, but then she's forced to be there.
Yeah.
But then like she feels like every time she visits the U.S., like she feels belong there.
Okay, in my mind, this is how I think. She's black Japanese.
There you go. That's what I'm saying.
She's still Japanese.
Black Japanese.
Right, she's still Japanese,
That's a good
she's
answer.
black.
So is he yellow American? What?
Nah, it's
You
like
can't just translate. Yeah.
no, because like ethnicity, right? And
Right.
then nationality,
Right.
right? So you can say they can split up both. You can
Look,
say,
ethnicity, culture, passport.
right? But in my mind, she's Japanese.
Yeah.
But then you want to go deeper, she's black Japanese.
Yeah. That's
So
the best
ethnicity
answer.
and then nationality. Like my nationality, she's Japanese.
So now it sounds to me that now you guys understand why I want to call myself Japanese American.
yeah, but you don't have to. You just say you're American then. Just say that.
But that implies you were born in America to Japanese parents.
Which is really sad.
Your son is Japanese American. He was born here.
Well, that's the thing. So if that's the standard or some kind of test that I have to pass, I'm not gonna pass at all for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Well, when you get citizenship, then you're considered American, right?
Well, yeah.
And then you be Japanese American.
Well, but I'm not talking about the practicality. You know,
Yeah, you're talking about culturally.
over a cultural thing,
Your
like
brain.
ethnicity, like more like a feeling thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the fact that like it's been so difficult for you guys to understand what I'm saying is basically representation, like microcosm of like how people see me. They just see me as Asian or like
There is no word for what you want to be. There's no word for it.
It is.
You're right.
The language doesn't exist yet.
It starts now.
Yeah. You have to make your own, but it's hard to do that.
This whole categorization is just really frustrating us.
Yeah. I felt the same way as you. When I came back to America, I was fully Japanese. My brain was Japanese. And even now, to a certain extent, I am so Japanese. I don't know sometimes how Japanese I am until I hang out with Americans and I see them put their shoes up on a couch.
Oh, yeah,
And I'm like, holy shit, man.
Can't stand that.
What are you doing?
Can't stand that.
Stuff like that. I don't have a word for me. I'm American. I'm a United States citizen. I'm American. And that's another problem. How come we don't say North American? Why do we say, you know?
Exactly. It's more than one America.
Yeah,
like,
there's
you got
more than
South America, North America,
Oh, you're right.
Central America.
So there's a lot of problems
Right,
with this
right.
language. Like, we're not really American. We're United States citizens.
Mm-hmm.
What is an American? Like, why isn't somebody from
Ecuador.
Ecuador American? They're American too.
Yeah.
So we like stole that word.
Yeah,
You know, and like
that's true. America.
yeah.
You know?
I don't like saying American the wrong way.
Yeah.
You know, but I can't say I'm a United Statesman. United Statesman. You know, there's no word.
United States citizen.
We only say it, yeah, and you don't want to say citizen every time. Like that directly implies your passport only.
Well, for me, it's easy. I'm black.
Yeah. Oh, I wanted to say too about him taking pride and strength from the word black.
Yeah,
I think
that's really cool.
I think the American language has been really unkind to the word black. Like if you think of all the black words, like black plague, like black magic, like in movies, the good guy wears white, the bad guy wears black. Like just in our culture in general, black has been given the negative side of things, and you probably adopted the reverse of that, right? Like,
I sure have.
yeah, like it's a mindset. Like,
Well, in my mind, because like, you know, like Superman, right? He gets his power from the sun. That's what they say, right? We all know that some people get skin cancer and other health issues because we've been exposed to the sun for too long. But in my culture, it's like the sun help us out, you know? Sun's like the sun give us our power. So that's how I view like Superman's black. So it's like, or he should have been black.
that's cool. Yeah, I never heard
So-
that one. That's some unique shit right there.
So that's how it is in my mind. So I mean, I don't want to affect you guys how you guys should think.
No,
in my
no.
mind. Yeah.
That's an awesome way to look at it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's really. I can feel it. You know what I mean? Like when you say like power, like never heard anyone saying that. That's really cool. Like you can, like I said, like I can sense your perseverance, like how much you've gone through, and then now you can say that like with confidence, like 100% right there. That like it's a power.
Now, just so you know, I can't say white power. If I,
Oh, you see him going over there. What are you doing? Oh man.
The fact that you can like kind of make a semi joke out of it is pretty cool. Like you it's like you accepted it.
I mean, yeah, there's not much to accept. It's pretty easy.
This guy is pretty. He's pretty like grounded, man. This dude pretty.
He's saying I'm one of the good ones.
Yeah. Grant is pretty like kind of chill, mellow, man.
Like what makes you say that? That's pretty profound.
Oh, probably because his worldview, man. Probably 'cause, like places he's been, things he has seen, stuff he has done. You know, that's what people say. Like travel makes you richer. You know.
Oh.
Because like it opens your mind, it becomes you more open-minded.
Right.
So he's well aware of the social issues, you know, and what's going around in the world.
Right.
Other than some people who never left their city or state.
Left their street.
Yeah, left their street, you know. And then that's a lot of Americans too, man.
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, that's a lot of United States citizens.
Yeah.